Yeah, that's better.
I'm Dave Cleveland. I'm from Austin, Texas. I've lived in Austin most of my life. Grew up very athletic, very outdoors, construction worker. My dad taught welding, so I also weld, so I know a lot of general building things. Grew up racing motorcycles and traveling around the state doing that. So because of that, I did a lot of working out. Did a lot of water sports and snow sports and just basically everything that didn't involve a ball. No basketball, baseball. But all the other sports, everything with wheels, definitely. I have two sons, and like me, they've stayed active even as they've gotten older. And I've always said, you don't use it, you lose it. And that includes balance, it includes any skill set. So part of when I was doing the semi-pro motorcycle stuff is I rode bicycles a lot to keep up skill sets, to keep up balance and everything, timing and hand-eye coordination. So our property, there's a valley at the bottom, the house is up on a hill. So when I laid the second track out, because we used to have a BMX track, when we laid out this slope style track, I didn't quite have the height I wanted dropping into the first set of jumps. So I decided, well, what I need is I need to start from up in a tree. And I thought, well, that's doable. So I just built ramps out of metal and then put wood down on it because I repurposed the wood that was for the back deck on the house when we took it apart. So I have the frames, I have templates built so all the curves will match up. And then I just welded up the frames, laid wood on it, and then installed it. And so now I have the height I wanted, and then it makes the roll-in speed correct for the rest of the jumps. I like building things. I like thinking of something and then seeing if I can build it. So it's the physics of it, and it's also the art of it. And I can do a little bit of sculpting, but I'm not good. But I like how that plays together with the physics. I took out a big rock and sculpted it into a bird bath that's in the backyard. Just changing things, always building something. Land can be changed any way you want. For some reason, a lot of people think you just have what's there, but I know that you can change it. So I was cutting into the hillside to make room for storage, and I realized, oh, this isn't too terribly bad. So I just kept cutting. And I cut in and made a storm shelter or tornado safe zone. And people are interested in that because it's extensive for doing it by hand. And it's solid rock. So 53. So I started running consistently when I was probably 13 because of the motorcycle racing and to stay in shape. So I was on the track team actually before that in junior high, but I was sick on the day of tryouts, so I just did all the jumping things. I did long jump and high jump because it was the only thing I could do, and then I just never switched back to running. But I've always run recreationally. I've done a lot of races, half marathon and everything below that. But with my running, I've never been really good at running. I've just run to stay in shape to do other things. So when I turned 30, actually before that, when I was 29, I decided for my 30th birthday, I would give myself a running goal that I would beat my high school record in the mile, which was just under 6 minutes. So I was like a 5:55 miler, which was not fast, but that's what I was. So I took a year and trained for that. Now, of course, I'd already been running. I always have run, but I worked on the speed. And after 1 year exactly on the weekend of my birthday, I got a 5:54. So I beat it. So then when I was fixing to turn 40, I thought, well, I ought to do that again, but it's going to take longer because I'm older. So 2 years ahead of time, I decided I would try to break that record. So I started running again and working on the mile. And about a year in, I had to have surgery for a double hernias from lifting something I shouldn't have lifted. And so that really set me back. And so once again, it took all the way to the weekend of my birthday. And at that time, I broke that record and I ran a 5:50 mile at 40. So people were asking me if I was going to do it at 50. Was I going to try to break the record again? And I just wasn't motivated by it. I was doing a lot of motorcycle racing and quad racing at the time. So I did not, but now I'm getting close to 55, and I'm going to try to break the 555 at 55. And I think I can. I think I can get below 550.